Hey guys, it's Nick Curtis from Ultra LA Games interviewing Alex Vansant. Alex just top forward the 340-person Columbus, Ohio regional. So Alex, show us your deck and explain it.
What's up, boys and girls? It's tea time. Today I decided to play Machine Gadgets. It was between that and wind-ups. I had the whole deck built. But I decided to go with this because I just didn't want to think too much. I just kind of wanted to have a day. I wanted to have some fun. It's my favorite deck, so why not? I played 42 cards. In my article this week, I used a bunch of different formulas to just describe Yu-Gi-Oh! In general, and one of the things I found out was that by adding cards that you want to draw, obviously take the odds of you drawing that card from 0 to a certain percentage, and doesn't decrease the odds of you drawing any other cards by a significant amount. However, cutting a card that you would want to draw normally to add another card that you would want to draw normally decreases your odds of drawing cards in general across the board that you would want to draw in those categories, by a significant amount, up to 12%. It's a pretty big amount. So I decided to play 42 cards. There is one card that I regret playing still, but I'll get to that. So I played 3 green, 3 red, 3 yellow, 3 gear frame. Favorite card. 2 cannons. This card's really good. More often than not, I want to draw a cannon rather than I want to draw one of the 2 fortresses. I don't play 3, but there's no reason to search more fortresses when you have fortresses. So, and 2 Tragodia. This card's overall just amazing. Good out to Thunder King. It's good when against every matchup, pretty much. Against windups, it's good. You can swing a gadget.
Let's go.
You can swing a gadget into a wind-up magician, and then drop Tragodia, take it, and make Shockmaster right there. It's just good against everything. So that's the monster lineup. Spells, 2 dualities. It's good. Like to side these out. It's good to side out. 2 lances, multi-purpose, way better than MST across the board. Book of Moon, good card. When you need to get that gadget search off or whatever, it's good to stop Effect Veiler or Fiendish Chain or Skill Drain or whatever it is. Plus, it's a good out to Thunder King. You don't have a lot of those, so good out to Thunder King. Pot of Avarice is just a really good card, especially with you playing so many cards and monsters. Cards like Tragodia and Fortress, amazing. Heavy Storm, it's too good not to play. It doesn't really matter what deck you're playing. You just kind of have to play it. It's that good. Dark Hole, same kind of thing, except it's the ultimate monster removal, and you need it sometimes. Monster Reborn, it's a staple. Obviously, it's good across the board. And if you have a gadget in your graveyard, it's an instant Gigan X. And Limit Removal, the card that I definitely would never play again in any gadget deck, ever. It's the worst card in the deck. I drew it probably 5 times. I never played it once. Every time I've ever played this card, it's been the worst card in the deck. It's a win more card. Every time I have this card, I wish it was any other card. There's never really a time, like if you're going to attack for game with it, you probably already have game or you have so much control that you're going to win anyways. And there's nothing that like a Deprison or a Compulse or anything else wouldn't have stopped instead of Limit Removal. Sorry, Dave. 2 Call the Haunted. This card sets up too much. It's amazing. If a gadget goes to the graveyard, Call the Haunted, instant gear frame. It's way too good. By far better than Double Summon, because it can get Tragodia, it can get Fortress, it can get Cannon, you can make Heliopolis or whatever with it. It's great. 2 Torrential Tributes, Splish Splash, make them take a bath, play it right, it's good. 2 Solemn Warnings, obvious. 2 Mirror Forces, I play them over Deprisons. It just deals with more matchups across the board.
Thank you.
I didn't used to like this as much as I like Deprison, but because of the way the matchups are now, it is better. There's less Dark World, so Mirror Force is better.
Totally agree.
No one cares, Nick. 2 Bottomless Trap Pool. It's just another one of those good cards that you should just kind of need to be playing.
No one cares.
Ultimate Offering. Best card in the deck. Best card in all of Gadgets. It's the best card, reasonably speaking, in the game. If you flip over Ultimate Offering and they don't have MST, they literally cannot stop you. You win. Like a Veiler, maybe. That's it. They cannot Solemn Warning this card. Once it's face up, they cannot Solemn Judgment this card. You can play Shockmaster, call traps, and still activate this card. And it doesn't matter how many bottomlesses, torrentials, solemn warnings they have, they will not stop you from killing them if you activate this card. You have 9 gadgets in there. Make sure you're making gear. You make the Shockmasters first, make them deal with it. Then you bring out the Gear Gigants. When you run out of gadgets, you're summoning the gear frames that you got off of the Gear Gigants. And then you're making a Big Eye. And in case they have Gores, you can Big Eye. If they have like 3 back rows to stop you, this card's way too good. It's the hands down best card in the game if you get it off. Starlight Road. Every time you play and you get this card off, you win. No questions about it. Plus, you play a lot of cards like this that make it reasonable. And just play smart and walk them into it. Solemn Judgment. You got to play it. Compulse, better than Deep Prison usually. No one can read Compulse, so it's really good. All right. Drop the 41, cut the limiter removal. Side deck. Mind Control. It's good against anything that plays any kind of level 4s. It's just too good. Soul Taker. It's good against decks that bring out monsters that are too big for you to handle generally. It's like heroes, etc. Dragons. Compulse, really good against windups, really good against anything that makes like synchros or Xyz or anything, random samurai match or whatever it is that you might encounter. This card's good. 2 D-Fissures, obvious matches, Dark World, Dragons. It's a good card. Play this and then summon your gadgets so they can't hand trap you, but it's good. 2 Rivalries. It's good against a variety of matches, but mostly against wind-ups. You play this card, they lose. 2 MSTs, you kind of got to side them. You don't know what's going to come up. This card is the nuts against Dragons and in the mirror match, or against Gear Geos, just too good. They leave a thing on the field, a Gear Gigant X, you just go Savage plus. 2 Effect Bailers, you just have to play hand traps. And 2 Cyber Dragons, because again, if you're playing that mirror match or whatnot, it's good. Multi-purpose against heroes and decks that are big, like Gladiator Beast, which was actually a problem today. 2 Gear Gigant X, it's good. 2 Shockmasters, 1 isn't enough, 3 is too many. Big Eye, it's the biggest of eyes. Stardust Dragon, because I play card. Chimera Attack, because I play other card. Maestro, it's on its own, it's hands down the best individual rank 4 Xyz that you can just normally bring out. Utopia, it's the second best, it's the biggest. Utopia Ray, because we just steal wins sometimes, especially with Ultimate Offerings. Steel Swarm Roach, because it can lock down agents, and agents can occasionally be a problem. Photon Papal Imperative, because you want to just do stuff and attack for game. Alberditch, because Gores is a problem. Marrowgeist, because it was this or Gemini Pearl, and I just went with this just because of the meta right now, but Gemini Pearl I think is equal to this, depending on what kind of decks you're expecting to face. And Heliopolis, because this card's the MVP. Brought this thing out 3 to 4 times today. Every time it was savage. I either Trigodia and stole, The Shining or whatever it was. I took this and made it, and it was amazing. And you can make it with Stardust, you can make it with this guy, you have cannons, and just take their monsters with Trigodia. So, that's what I played. Don't play limiter, stay in school, don't do milk if you're lactose intolerant, and see you in Seattle.
We're all going to White Castle. Let's go.